So this is the smartphone you've probably never heard of. So this is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. So it's not some brand new smartphone, has been released a couple of months ago, but Xiaomi has also launched in India, and they have now their version with a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, while this one here is the China version coming in with a MediaTek chipset. Now, if you have never heard of Xiaomi before, you have probably missed something because they make decent smartphones for a very affordable price tag. So this one here is the Redmi Note 3. It's the improved version of the Redmi Note 2, and the Note 2 was actually a very decent phone. Some things are actually the same, like the camera has been only improved a little bit, but also this is the first Xiaomi coming in with a metal frame, if I'm right, so metal back cover and all that. Now, it's a unibody phone, that means you can't take out the battery and everything, and it's a dual SIM phone. That means you can actually put in two SIM cards, but no micro SD card. So talking about the memory, there are two versions. There's the 2GB, 16GB version, so 2 gigs of RAM, 16GB of ROM, and an improved, a bigger version with 3GB and 32GB, which is also more expensive. Regarding the price, check out the link down below in the description, so to check it out. Okay, so let's talk about the phone from the outside and the specs. Now, it's a 5.5-inch phone coming in with a full HD resolution display, which looks very good, by the way, so you definitely need to check this out. Colors and everything, very nice, viewing angles pretty good, and I definitely like the display, so over 400 pixels per inch, very sharp. Now the battery, it can almost be classified as a battery monster. Coming in with a 4000 mAh battery, still has a nice size, so it's not too thick at all, and it weighs only around 165 grams. So kind of portable, and the battery life is for me around 2 days, so that's not too bad at all. If you like to take pictures, well, it's also quite decent, coming in with a 30 megapixel rear camera with a 2.2 aperture and a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, which is okay but not the best for, with a 2.0 aperture. So it runs Android 5.0.2, so far as I know, straight off the box. If you order the Chinese version, it comes with MIUI, which kind of sucks a little bit because I don't like MIUI at all, and comes with some Chinese bloat and also with no Google Play Store. So you have to install it. It's pretty easy, several tutorials online, or you can flash a different ROM. Okay, so I would say let's have a closer look at the smartphone itself. So what's different now? The Redmi Note 3 comes with a fingerprint scanner on the backside, which has a very fast detection. They say like 0.3 seconds. I have to say it works pretty good. Now the fingerprint scanner works also pretty well. You can add up to 5 fingerprints in the application, and you don't even have to press the power button. So I just place my finger here on the fingerprint scanner and boom, unlocked. So this is super fast, just check this out. If you register your finger multiple times, the fingerprinter is really a pleasure to use. So just tap it and boom, there you go, phone is unlocked. It has a dual tone LED flash on the back side and a nice back cover, which is made out of metal, so aluminum, zinc alloy, something like that. It has a rear speaker, and the bottom and the top parts of the back cover, they're made out of plastic, because under there we have the antennas, so to get a good reception. The buttons, they feel pretty good, kind of stiff. Here on the right side, power button and volume button, very nice to press. On the left side we have the SIM card tray. It's a dual SIM phone. There is no LTE band B20, so I don't have LTE on the smartphone. This is the only downside. If you rely on that band, for instance Germany, other countries here, then you will have a problem because there is no LTE on this Xiaomi here. So yeah, 2 SIM cards, micro SIM cards, but no micro SD card. Now, checking out the front side, we have capacitive touch buttons. On the Redmi Note 2 we had a red backlight. Here we now have white backlight. So there is a black bar around the display, which I don't like too much. This somehow, yeah, is not too nice with the white design here, but the bezels are not too thick. Display, as I've stated before, very sharp, nice colors, super nice to read outside in different modes. At the top we have the speaker, and we also have the front-facing camera, all along with light and proximity sensor, and a notification LED which indicates if the device is charging, or if you have got any new notifications. At the top we have a 3.5mm headphone jack. We also have an IR blaster, and the output of the 3.5mm headphone jack with the equalizer on the smartphone, a super nice crisp sound, as you expect from Xiaomi, because they also have kind of nice earphones like the Xiaomi Pistons. At the top we have a micro USB port to charge it, and we have 2 microphones at top and bottom for noise cancellation. So all in all, pretty nice design, but let's now jump directly into Android and let's see what this baby here can do and how it performs. Now inside of the box of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, you will find just a charger, a USB cable, a little metal pin to open up the SIM card tray, and some kind of user manual in Chinese. All in all, I have to say the charger is kind of bad, takes around 3 hours to charge. There is no quick charging, only on the India version there's a 10-watt charge included, but here my charger is just 5 watts, which was in the package. Not really sure about that, but well, no quick charging here on my device. Alright guys, so we're now here in Android, actually MIUI, so it maybe looks different than other smartphones. So by default there is no app drawer, so no menu here anymore, but you still have your multitasking and everything, and you can also see here the memory consumption. So right now only around 600 megabytes are free out of the 2 gigabytes. Sometimes I end up with only 200, so you can see 300 megabytes cleared, because MIUI caches a lot to keep everything snappy, just like the iPhone, so super smooth, but well, also consumes actually a lot of RAM. If we go here to the settings, then you can see here Wi-Fi. I have to say I had no problems with Wi-Fi, it worked even better than on my iPhone. This was really great. For sure it comes with Bluetooth, but there are no things like NFC or hotnot inside. Then it's highly customizable, so we have different themes. If you like that, you can easily switch between different themes, wallpapers, system font, text size, display settings, there's a reading mode. Also, if you want to go outside, you can switch here to different display modes to have actually better colors and contrast for reading it outside. Okay, so here we have additional settings just very quickly. By default, it's not multi-language, just English and Chinese. There's a multi-language ROM available, and by default also there's no Google Play Store included. So battery and performance, you can switch between power and battery use, and I have to say the battery life is awesome. I could definitely get through 2 days, and on-screen time more than 4 hours, so around 5.5 hours for me. Alright, so here we have storage. The downside isn't that there is not much storage included, so 16 gigabytes are actually 12.4, and right now available 5 gigabytes. So I actually fill up the memory very fast, and the bad thing is no microSD card support, so I can't extend it. And yeah, there's also Mi account, so you can log in with that Mi Play Store thing, and also you can get free cloud space, but honestly I'm not using that. I'm just using my Google account because I'm not a huge Xiaomi fan. Okay, then we can go here to about the phone. Here you can see it's based on Android 5.02. So, well, that's the latest version, so I did an update. MIUI, there are actually often updates. And also, what I wanted to say is that it's, 7.2 right now. But yeah, not the multi-language version, so this is only English and Chinese. Alright, so we're now here back on the home screen. So you can swipe here between different pages, and you have all your apps there. You have here the Mi App Store, so as you can see in Chinese, this is by default installed, and then you have to download some kind of application which is called the Google App Installer. Version 2 works fine and brings you all the Google apps like the Play Store, which you can see right over here. Can be a little bit tricky in the first part, but you should be actually easily able to install the Google Play Store and all the Google services to use it like we do here in Europe. Here in the tools you can see that we also have the usual stuff included, and we have here the update application, and you can enjoy weekly updates here on MIUI, so that's a pretty good thing. But well, based here on Android 5.02. Okay, so that's the operating system. Let's quickly check out the camera. Now the camera, there's not a huge difference to the Redmi Note 2, just the colors and everything looks a little bit better. I mean, you can check out the sample pictures on the screen. So we can swipe here to the left to access different modes like panorama, timer, manual, straight beauty mode, HHT mode, so night, and also different scene modes. Then if we go here to the settings, then you can see that the picture quality can be set here to high and standard of 16:9, but it doesn't say anything about the megapixels. But just check out the sample pictures, it's actually 13 megapixels, and you can adjust several things like contrast, saturation, and sharpness. You can also switch it to the front-facing camera, and there we go. So front-facing camera is nice, it's wide angle and looks kind of okay, but it gets really noisy if there's not enough of light. If you have plenty of light, pictures are looking good, but if there's not enough of light, really crispy. And the focus has now also been improved, so the focus is way faster, and you can also adjust the exposure once focused here with the wheel. So the camera application on the Redmi Note 3 is definitely cool and pretty awesome. Alright, so you will now see some sample pictures, so just check out the camera quality of the Redmi Note 3. So guys, there we go. Here's a quick front-facing camera test on the smartphone. And well, all in all, I have to say front-facing camera is okay. It records with a maximum resolution of 720p, so HD resolution. Now the low light performance, well, it gets kind of noisy, so the low light performance is not so good. But if you have plenty of light, so outdoors here, it's quite okay. Check this out. Front-facing camera is not laggy. Details in the background are also enough. So For social media and everything, it's okay, but it's not some super high-end front-facing camera. Alright, so let's cruise together through my ghetto. So this is my hometown, we are back in the hood. Let's check out the smartphone, and here you can see the rear camera, full HD resolution, it's the maximum. There's also slow motion, 120 FPS and 720p. What's pretty cool is that the focus now is really fast, so as you can see it focuses on the objects pretty fast. This is continuous autofocus, no tap autofocus. Also we have here some tough lighting conditions, but the Xiaomi manages it pretty well with the autofocus. Here you can see the stabilization, well, not some super stabilized video, but I have to say it's quite decent, also for faster moving stuff. And yeah, just listen to the audio quality, not so super happy with the microphone though, but the video quality I would say it's really quite decent, colors, amount of details, yeah, it's definitely good for the price what you pay. Now the LED flash on the Xiaomi, it's a dual tone LED flash, as you can see right over here. And yeah, the skin tone looks really nice, and the LED flash is also really strong, so it really hurts in my eyes if I look into it. So you can get pretty cool pictures at night with plenty of light. Now the benchmarks are also finished. I now will quickly show you the results. First of all, let's get started with the Antutu benchmark. In Antutu it scores around 47k. If you check this out here in the ranking, then this is almost very close to the MX5, so you can see 5k points difference, and you can also see here other devices and the performance difference. So for the price, really not too bad at all. Now, if you check out the sensor box, just like other Xiaomi phones, it also comes with very important sensors like a gyroscope, which is also moving, so this one here is not fake. And we have a magnetic sensor, so you can also use that phone for VR glasses. It has a full HD resolution display, and this is definitely good enough for VR stuff like 360-degree videos or games. So in Geekbench we have a not so impressive single core score, but some very high impressive multi-core score with over 4,600 points. Now you can check out here multi-touch. It's a 10-point capacitive touchscreen and working really fine. Absolutely no ghost touches or anything. CPU-C tells us something about the chipset in there, so it's the MediaTek 6795 running with 1.95 GHz. And yeah, here we also have some device info. So by default there's also no root access on Xiaomi phones here, and you can see a capacity 4000 milliamp hours. And if you check out here the temperatures, and I have to say, even after benchmarks, even after gaming, this device stays cool, and that's pretty good. Alright, here once again the sensors, and yeah, so much that are the benchmarks here on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. Now gaming is also a pleasure on the Redmi, so there we go. You can see usually it lags a lot because there are several cars at the beginning here of Really Racing 3, but here on the smartphone, well, plays fine, a little bit of stuttering sometimes, also in Modern Combat 5, but I have to say gaming performance on the Redmi Note 3 is really decent, also with 2GB of RAM. But I'm pretty sure the 3GB version would perform better because MIUI, yeah, it's a real RAM eater, and with more RAM, I'm pretty sure it could also boost the performance just a little bit. Well guys, the speaker of the Redmi Note 3 is also quite good, so here no copyright sounds on YouTube, and there we go. And the speaker is kind of loud, also there's a little bit of bass, now oversteers a little bit, but sounds kind of nice, so just check this out. Really not too bad at all. So GPS performance on the smartphone is kind of good. I had no problems with navigation or using tracking applications, and I can now show you it indoors. So I'm currently here in the GPS test application, so I'll now switch on GPS. And there we go, so no satellites, and it just takes literally a couple of seconds, and we have 22 in view indoors and 11 in use here. So also some green bars, which means kind of good signal. Now it dropped to yellow bars, but all in all, it's really nice that it finds indoors a fix. And regarding navigation, just check this out. So I used it in my car with no problem at all. So guys, we're now here at the end of this review of the Redmi Note 3, and I have to say it's a really decent smartphone. I absolutely love it. I like the new design, nice fingerprint scanner, nice performance, even though it doesn't perform that good like other devices with the same specifications, probably because of MIUI. Now I'm not a huge fan of this UI, and yeah, this is probably the only downside all along, that there is no LTE band B20 and the camera is just average. But I have to say, really nice looking smartphone for the price. Camera is also okay, now not the best on the market, but performance good. Yeah, nice battery life and also decent quality on the screen and the other materials. So thanks for watching this review. You will find more information on the winner down below in the description, so make sure you check it out, guys. If you need some help about Chinese smartphones, check out ChinaDevices.com, and see you very soon in the next one.